So the reason you click this video is because you're interested in the best business careers, and there's a lot of business majors and people who are just interested in starting their own businesses in the future that watch this channel in order to get practical advice. And hopefully I said enough business related keywords in that first sentence, and hopefully you gently boop the like button in order to defeat the evil YouTube algorithm so that this video gets indexed and the right people end up finding it. But anyways, this was a highly requested video, and when I looked up content online, most of it says become a CEO or a CFO or an entrepreneur or a vice president or something along those lines.
Hey Shane, what's your job?
Well, I'm Elon Musking right now, but I also Jeff Bezos on the side while Taylor Swifting from time to time as well.
Bruh.
I think you get my point. The truth is, most of these jobs take years, if not decades, in order to get into, and it's just not reasonable for you to go up to some business and be like, hey, I want to be your CEO. So I decided to dive deep, do a ton of research, and come up with a list of business degrees that not only pay really well, but they're not going to take your entire career in order to break into. All right, so number 10 on the list is going to be a marketing analyst, and they make around, on average, $66,800 a year. And on top of that, the most common degree in order to break into this position is going to be a marketing degree. No surprise there, around 38% of people who have this position graduated with a marketing degree. Now imagine this video almost like being at a mall and just trying on different clothes, seeing what fits you and seeing what looks good, and then at the end of the day maybe you decide to choose one or two of them. There's a lot of overlap with these different business degrees, and you saw there only 38% of the people who have this career actually graduated with a marketing degree. So you can get into it with a bunch of different majors. So market research analysts basically are going to be gathering and analyzing data on consumers and competitors. They also study the market that they're in and figure out what products people want to buy, how much they'll buy them for, and when they should sell them. Now, a lot of this job is just drawing raw data and then looking at this data, trying to organize it in such a way where you can make sense of it and then give advice on what the company should do in that particular campaign. So for instance, your company might be running a campaign in Google AdWords, and your job would be to go in there, analyze the different keywords, figure out which ones are losing money, which ones are making money, etc. You'd also want to look at different types of advertising and kind of group each one into different cohorts. So for instance, is Facebook advertising better than Google advertising? You'd want to figure out what the lifetime value of a customer is and how profitable each channel is. I wish I could hire somebody to look up keywords for this channel because it's been a little bit since we got a banger video. Right now we've got 2 videos that got to 1 million views, but I haven't had one hit 1 million in about 4 or 5 months. But anyways, next on the list is going to be, no surprise to any of you, it's going to be becoming a model. Now you're probably going to be thinking,
Hey, that's not even a business-related job. What are you talking about?
well, why work hard, study all those years, and get a good job when you can make $1 million a year on OnlyFans? Oh yeah, you kind of have a point there. Unfortunately, I don't have the good looks to start an OnlyFans. I kind of got like that black glasses, like soy boy nerd look going on. I do that look in some of my thumbnails, right? I'm sure you've seen my work.
Nice.
No, but seriously, these are some of the finest pieces of cringe artwork I've ever created. I'm very proud of them, but not anymore. No. That was 2020. I'm a changed man now. And the best way to cure this problem quickly is to purchase my college degree ranker down in the description below to prove that you're a real Chad. Next on the list, we've got supply chain analyst. That's right, another analyst career. They make around $68,000 a year, and the most common degree is, of course, supply chain management at 31%. Now, the reason you see analyst so often is because it's basically just a generic rank for a lot of different entry-level business careers. Loser! Just kidding, because when you add in the supply chain part, you get an area of focus on top of that. That's right, you're not a loser generalist anymore, you're a specialist, and that means Lambos, mansions, party hats, and you might even be able to get a girlfriend. Now with this career, it is very specialized, and it's something that's extremely valuable as well. You see companies like Amazon that have mastered supply chain, and they've pretty much taken over the entire world because of how good they are at it. Now there is going to be quite a bit of math, not super advanced, but a lot of number crunching and business work, figuring out how the business is running right now and how you can improve it to make it more efficient. All right, so next on the list, no surprise here, another analyst career. It's going to be a financial analyst. So you're probably thinking at this point, okay, got it, Shane. So I'll pretty much just go into any job that has the word analyst in it. Well, there might be a little bit of truth in this, but I promise this is the last analyst-related job that I'm going to be talking about. Well, actually, a lot of the jobs on this list are going to require a lot of number crunching, not just this one. But anyways, financial analysts make around $71,400 a year, and the most common major you see here is, of course, a finance degree. So basically in this position, you'd be doing a lot of number crunching, you'd be gathering data from the past and kind of trying to extrapolate what's going to happen in the next quarter or the next year. Being able to do this accurately is actually extremely important, especially for a bigger company, because it'll help them figure out, how much are they going to spend on marketing? How much do they need to budget? How much cash flow do they need to have so they can be as efficient as possible? You're not going to be making a lot of big decisions here. This is kind of just like the noob position on Wall Street that a lot of people start out in. Learning these basic personal finance skills like investing and saving earlier on in your life can help you out exponentially later on. Before I discovered personal finance, I would pretty much just be living month to month, and whenever I got a little bit of money, I would just spend all of it immediately. I think I got into this habit because pretty much everybody else in my life was doing the same thing, and they don't teach personal finances in school for some reason. And one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about personal finance and why it's totally changed my life is it's allowed me to pursue my dreams and have a lot of freedom in my life. And you really can't put a price on freedom and the ability to do whatever you want. Next one on the list, number 7, is going to be a payroll manager. And this is basically a position that's sort of like an in-between between an accountant and an HR manager. They make around $73,000 a year, and the most common degree to get into this position is going to be an accounting degree. So you're going to be doing things like balancing payrolls, calculating taxes, and making sure that you're keeping records so that you're compliant with the IRS. Depending on your position and the size of the company you're with, you might also be authorizing people to receive raises and also calculating their hourly work. So making sure that if they're getting paid for 40 hours, they're actually working 40 hours. And if they worked 50 hours, they're going to get paid to work 50 hours. And the biggest pro here, of course, is the job has the word manager in it because you the boss. That's right. You're a winner. Just kidding there, but one thing I do want to say is you aren't going to become a manager by getting like a management degree. You need to develop leadership skills and get experience. When you become a manager, you're also going to have a lot more responsibility, not only for yourself, but also you're going to be looking out and being responsible for the people who are under you. And on top of that, your job is more difficult in general, but don't get me wrong, there's a lot of perks and benefits to being in a leadership position, so for the right person, this can be great. So certified public accountants make around $78,000 a year, and of course the most common major is going to be an accounting degree at around 68%. You can become an accountant without an accounting degree. It is possible, however, it depends on the state you live in and a bunch of other things, so generally speaking, it's probably a good idea to get this degree. Now, I know accounting is extremely interesting, just riveting to most people. And there's also a lot of different accounting positions, and they all kind of seem like they do the same exact thing. So I made up a little analogy to explain the difference, okay? So when you're a certified public accountant, you're almost like a cute little Charmander. All right, you probably just graduated, got your license, and now it's time to stop chasing your tail and get some work done. So as a CPA, you can of course legally prepare somebody else's taxes. You can also sign off on a lot of different legal documents. So it's basically just a sign that you really know your stuff when it comes to accounting, and it's not just taxes. I know, in the video, is an accounting degree worth it? That's kind of what I focused on because I wanted to make a joke about it. But actually, you can do all kinds of different things besides just taxes. We're talking about payroll, budgeting, bookkeeping, auditing. There's a bunch of different areas that you can go into with this profession. And wait a little bit longer in the video and you're going to see what this Charmander is going to evolve into.
Wow!
All right, so the next one is a great one. It's going to be a financial advisor, and they make around $87,000 a year. Now, you probably guessed the most common major to get into this one would be a finance major at around 39%. Now, not only is this a good degree when it comes to ROI, you can obviously get a ton of different jobs with a finance degree, but you're also going to be learning the skills in order to punch that debt in the face. What a financial planner does is they help you to navigate your personal finances based on your goals. You can kind of think of them as like a personal trainer in the gym, but instead of helping you get fit, they're going to help you with your financial situation. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, Shane, aren't you a financial advisor yourself? Well, let me take this opportunity to inform you that these videos are for entertainment purposes only. I'm just sharing my opinion and my point of view based on a lot of research that I've done and my own life experience, so don't believe me because at the end of the day, I'm just a stranger on the internet. Make sure you always do your own research and come to your own conclusions about anything that I talk about. But with that being said, my opinion on financial advisors in a nutshell is a lot of the time it's worth it to work with them, but it's not always something that you have to do. When you're young, you're first starting out when it comes to the personal finance journey, what you're doing isn't going to be all that complicated. It's almost like when you first start working out, you're going to get those newbie gains, and the best thing to do is to just go to the gym and do it. Where a financial planner really comes in handy is when things get really complicated. Like you've got several different properties, you've got different businesses, you're working your job, you're saving for retirement. They can really help you out in that case. There's a lot of different options that are open that are probably a little bit too complicated just to look up how to do them on the internet yourself. And so having a financial advisor help you with that can be really helpful. Next on the list is going to be a portfolio manager. Now they're going to make around $102,000 a year, and the most common degree is going to be finance at 47%. Portfolio manager, you say? Is that like a hedge fund manager? No, not quite. But listen, okay? You're on your way, damn it. Don't give up. You're getting there. So a portfolio manager, besides managing portfolios, is going to be the one who is implementing investment strategies on a day-to-day basis. Now, you might be surprised to know that a portfolio management role isn't all that technical. A lot of the time, you're just going to be overseeing financial analysts. So a financial analyst is going to be doing all the number crunching and all that sort of thing, and then you look at their work and decide whether it's going to be a good investment. So a lot of your job is mostly going to be management, overseeing people, and then making important decisions. Now, portfolio manager might sound a little bit like the next one on the list, but they actually couldn't be any more different. Next on the list, number 3 is finance manager, and they're going to make around $102,000 a year. And actually, the most common degree, you're probably going to be surprised, is an accounting degree at 32%. Now, financial managers are going to be working a lot with the company's finances, of course. They're going to be developing financial reports, for instance. They're also going to be directing investment activities and developing long-term goals. And you can work in a bunch of different places like banks and insurance companies, but one of the most common places you're going to see this position is actually going to be car dealerships. And their job is basically to secure financing on cars as fast as possible, because time is really of the essence when you've got somebody there and they're looking to buy a car. A split second, and they might decide, you know what, I don't really want to buy today, and they end up not buying from you and buying from the other car dealership. And of course, this is going to require a ton of communication and paperwork, and you're going to have to be doing everything extremely fast. And I remember there was one finance manager that told me, hey, that's the best deal that I can possibly give you on this car. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I started walking out. I get all the way out to the car. I start it up. Me and my friend are in the car, and he comes running out saying, oh, I can give you a better deal. I can give you a better deal. So he was like, that's the best I can do. And I was like, good try, bro. Number 2 on the list is going to be a corporate controller. They make around $106,000 a year, and the most common degree is going to be accounting at 63%. What's that I see? I think I'm starting to notice a trend here. The most common degrees for a lot of these are going to be accounting or finance. A lot of the time in some of my videos, people in the comments will say that accounting's not a good major, and all I have to say to that is, open your eyes, sheeple. All right, this isn't some conspiracy. I do lots of research on this stuff, and I make sure that I'm giving you guys good information. So a corporate controller is going to oversee a lot of the firm's daily accounting operations just on a little bit higher level. So basically, the evolution that you can take is you can become a certified accountant, then a corporate controller, and then you can even move up to another level, which is going to be accounting director. And speaking of accounting director, that's going to be number 1 on the list, and they make around $109,000 a year, and the most common major is accounting at 60%. So again, they are going to be doing the organization's accounting work, but at the highest level. So they're going to be making sure that the organization is staying compliant with the law and the numbers are correct. They're also going to be developing efficient business processes so that the company's revenue can be recorded accurately and efficiently. Usually somebody with this position is going to be working very closely with an organization's controllers as well as some of the top level finance people. So with this position, you're not just kind of going back in time and looking at, the financial reports in the past, but you're also going to be helping the finance personnel figure out what they should do in the future as well. To be fair though, accountants can go into just about any position because it's an extremely flexible career, so it's more like a Ditto than a Charizard. Now, if you haven't done it already, check out my other videos right here. I made them just for you. Gently tap the like button, hit that beat the hell out of that subscribe button. Actually, don't, no violence, no violence. Ring the notification bell as well, and comment down below if you have any experience in accounting or any of these different types of careers. We love it when people with experience comment down below. Let me know what I got right. Let me know what I got wrong. Let me know how this video was. Thank you so much for watching. Don't leave. Check out my other videos here. I think I already said that. All right. Bye for now.